following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from parts unknown, Execution!
Skull Krusher, rather, taking matters into his own hands against Dan Freitas. Kicking off another segment here on ACW TV. Dan Freitas, the worse for wear, taking a heavy lumber from Skull Krusher.
Irish whip, Dan Freitas ducks, flying forward by Freitas, and now another shot. Of course, we've seen on ACW TV, Bonebreaker and Skull Krusher will work together to use those often loaded masks to headbutt. What a vertical suplex there to headbutt their opponents, and I would be weary if I'm Dan Freitas about both members of Execution being out here.
Well, Brian Noon's on his honeymoon once again. Congratulations to him, but leaving Dan Freitas all by himself. 2 against 1 against this mysterious masked duo. Oh, and Freitas just took that turnbuckle hard.
And now, one half of Execution going to work on Dan Freitas. And coming up September the 17th in Framingham, Pride and Execution, and that is going to be one to be seen, and I encourage each and every person watching, get your tickets now. All Strawberries locations, NECWWrestling.com. You don't want to be shut out. You don't want to be turned away. You know, last month at Birthday Bash, we had to turn some people away. We do not want to see that happen to you, so get your tickets today for Autumn Aftermath, and that is going to be a night, you know, we could see history that night because Chris Venom will defend the title once again against the Pinnacle Paul Lombardi. So much action coming up September the 17th. Get your tickets now. Meanwhile, Dan Freitas on the receiving end of a vicious back suplex.
Well, Skull Krusher with a cover here too, and no. Freitas still got life left in him, kicking out of that big back suplex. Oh, Freitas with a shin buster right there.
And now Freitas going back to the bit more brawling tactics, but he's frustrated in there, and you can tell. And there you see both men standing toe to toe, trading shots, hard shots.
Well, neither one of these guys is going to back up from the other. Dan Freitas outnumbered here on the outside, but Freitas was never one to back up from anything here in NECW. Always been a tough guy, always been a guy that gave 100% every single time out, and he's taken the measure of Skull Krusher. Skull Krusher getting a near fall, not enough to get Freitas for the win.
But you notice, you see a lot of guys on NECW TV realizing that they've got to go for these near falls because you never know when you can pick up a victory in there. It only takes 3 seconds to win a match.
And you know, it speaks to the level of competition here in NECW. Everybody wants to win. They know they're being seen worldwide. They know the crowds at the house shows are getting bigger. They know the company is on the rise. Everyone wants to perform. Everyone wants to be a winner. And that spells great action for the fans in the towns and around the world.
Well, certainly NECW growing leaps and bounds each and every month, and right now, both men trading punches. Referee's got to open those fists up, though. They are not legal punches. Closed fists are not legal, and there you see dropkick right under the chin by Dan Freitas, and he's saying that is it. And usually when he says it, that is quite often the case. Hooks the leg. Fredo suplex.
There's a cover. There's one. Oh! There you go. It was only a matter of time before Skull Crusher or Bone Breaker, whichever one that is, jumped in the ring and interfered in that match, and it just cost him the victory.
And Brian, of course, on his honeymoon. Somebody's going to get out here and help Dan Freitas.
Well, it's no honeymoon for Dan Freitas right now. His execution laying in the heavy lumber on Dan Freitas. Referee Dan Tanaka can't seem to get him out. Oh, here, laying that boots into him. Oh, another boot. Freitas getting set up. So they're trying to soften this guy up for September 17th. Whip to the ropes. Freitas ducks the claw. Oh, big double drop kick. He nailed them both.
What a maneuver by Dan Freitas, and one half of Pride clears the ring.
Let's get the official word.
Here's your winner by disqualification, Dan Freitas.
Well, Dan Freitas gets the victory, not quite the way he wanted to get it, but Freitas just running both members of Execution off by himself. We look forward to September 17th and seeing Pride at full strength against Execution.